this morning then, so as we discussed, the address that we're going to attend today.
An early morning briefing for officers involved in the latest raids aimed at disrupting the county lines drug trade. Acting on intelligence, they target a home on the outskirts of York. Inside, they find heroin and a large amount of cash, and also seize several mobile phones. A man is arrested on suspicion of supplying drugs and money laundering. 2 teenagers from Merseyside are taken into custody for the same offences.
One of them was 18 and one of them was 16 years old. So we believe that they were here for the purposes of drug dealing, but equally they may be victims in a much wider picture.
A local woman is arrested on suspicion of supplying and possessing drugs. Raids like this are also focused on tackling something called cuckooing. That's where drug dealers take over a vulnerable person's home and use it to store their drugs and cash and as a base for their dealing. The police believe there are at least 20 gangs from bigger cities elsewhere now operating in North Yorkshire. They groom and threaten youngsters and send them across the country to sell their drugs. York is one of their main destinations, as well as Harrogate and Scarborough. North Yorkshire Police now have a specialist team in each area to tackle the problem. In the last 6 months, they've made 220 arrests linked to county lines. Are you getting to grips with it, or are you just scratching the surface at the moment?
There's a real challenge. We'll take out one group, and we've had some successes, but always more will follow. We can arrest and that puts a real strain on policing resources. We need to do that for that immediate safeguarding. But our longer-term plan to try and reduce vulnerability, to protect those people who might become susceptible to being exploited by these groups, that to me is the long-term strategy, and we will start to see some successes in that as we continue to work with our partners.
Here in York, they're visiting every hotel and B&B, asking them to look out for guests who may be drug runners.
If they're going in and out of the B&B quite often and they don't come with any luggage.
Police community support officers here also try to earn the trust of victims.
They're more likely to maybe talk to us because we've not got the handcuffs and stuff, and we're kind of the face of it all, so we do get a lot of information.
The man and woman arrested yesterday have now been released under investigation. The teenagers are on bail. The police say there's no quick fix, but insist they will get the upper hand against those causing harm along county lines.